What if I told you that humanity's greatest technological achievements might not belong to our modern era, but instead lie hidden beneath one of the world's most famous ancient monuments? Imagine a vast underground metropolis, equipped with technology that challenges our understanding of ancient civilizations, concealed for millennia beneath the sands of Egypt. Recent discoveries near the Great Pyramid of Giza have archaeologists and historians questioning everything we thought we knew about our ancestors' capabilities. Welcome back to Hidden Histories, where today we're diving into one of the most extraordinary archaeological claims of our time. A discovery that, if confirmed, could rewrite human history as we know it. The story begins in the shadow of the Great Pyramid, where for centuries, scholars have debated how ancient Egyptians constructed such a perfect, mathematical marvel using what we believed were primitive tools. The answer, it seems, may have been beneath our feet all along. Using cutting-edge ground-penetrating radar and sophisticated sonic imaging technology, a team of international archaeologists detected what appeared to be vast hollow chambers extending deep beneath the Giza Plateau. What started as a routine survey for hidden passages within the pyramid itself led to something far more spectacular, evidence of what appears to be an elaborate underground complex spanning several square miles. Initial scans revealed geometric patterns consistent with organized streets, chambers of varying sizes, and what seemed to be technological installations of unknown purpose. The most conservative estimates suggest this complex dates back at least 12,000 years, predating the pyramids themselves by thousands of years. As excavation carefully progressed through a previously undiscovered entrance near the Sphinx, archaeologists were astounded by what they found. The underground complex revealed elaborately constructed tunnels with perfectly smooth walls, showing no chisel marks yet cut through solid granite with precision our modern tools would struggle to achieve. The central chamber, nearly the size of a football field, contains what appears to be a sophisticated power generation system. At its center stands a crystalline structure surrounded by copper-like metal conduits, arranged in geometric patterns matching mathematical principles we've only recently discovered. Eerily, when certain minerals are placed near this apparatus, they begin to vibrate at frequencies that generate measurable electromagnetic fields. Perhaps most puzzling are the walls themselves, inscribed with hieroglyphs unlike any previously documented in Egypt. Initial translations suggest references to light without flame, voices carried through air across great distances, and vessels that move through the sky without birds' wings. Sound familiar? These descriptions bear uncanny resemblance to electricity, telecommunications, and aircraft technologies we considered exclusively modern until now. This discovery challenges the established archaeological timeline. For centuries, we've been taught that civilization developed in a linear progression from simple hunter-gatherers to agricultural societies, eventually leading to our technological present. But what if advanced civilizations rose and fell long before our recorded history began? The evidence beneath Giza suggests our ancestors possessed knowledge that would be rediscovered only millennia later. Consider the layout of the underground city itself, its streets, aligned perfectly with celestial constellations as they would have appeared 12,000 years ago. This level of astronomical knowledge wasn't supposed to exist until much later in human development. Materials found within the complex include alloys we cannot identify, metals with properties similar to our modern aluminum, but with superior resistance to corrosion, despite having been buried for thousands of years. Metallurgical analysis suggests these materials required smelting temperatures exceeding 1,700 degrees Celsius, temperatures we struggled to achieve consistently until the Industrial Revolution. Perhaps the most compelling evidence of advanced ancient technology comes from what appears to be a primitive battery system. Multiple sealed ceramic jars containing copper cylinders and iron rods, surrounded by traces of acidic compounds, bear striking resemblance to what we now know as galvanic cells. When reconstructed using modern materials that match the ancient specifications, these devices produce measurable electrical currents. Near these batteries, archaeologists discovered thin copper coils wrapped around iron cores, rudimentary but unmistakable. Electromagnetic devices similar in principle to simple electric motors. How could such technology exist in a civilization that supposedly preceded the Bronze Age? Even more astonishing are the acoustic properties of certain chambers. These rooms, constructed with specific geometric dimensions and materials, create natural amplification effects that allow a whisper at one end to be clearly heard hundreds of feet away. Some chambers appear designed to focus sound waves in patterns that modern acoustic engineers recognize as having specific healing frequencies for the human body. This isn't the primitive technological landscape we've been led to expect from ancient civilizations. This is sophisticated, purposeful engineering requiring advanced mathematical knowledge and an understanding of physics we thought impossible for the time. The underground city's water management system defies explanation. A network of perfectly leveled aqueducts, some smaller than a human finger, distributes water throughout the complex without any visible pumping mechanism. The water itself comes from a previously unknown aquifer, accessed through a shaft drilled with such precision that modern engineers have questioned how it could have been achieved without powered drilling equipment. Analysis of sediment in these water channels suggests they remained operational for thousands of years. The system includes what appear to be filtration chambers using layers of sand, charcoal, and unidentified mineral compounds, a purification method remarkably similar to modern water treatment processes. Most puzzling is a large circular chamber where water flows in a controlled vortex pattern. The mathematics of this vortex aligns perfectly with principles of hydrodynamics that weren't formally documented until the work of Victor Schauberger in the 20th century. Was this merely aesthetic, or did our ancestors understand fluid dynamics at a level we've only recently rediscovered? Beyond the technology itself, the written records found within the complex tell an even more extraordinary story. Wall inscriptions describe a civilization called the Builders of the First Time, who supposedly came from beyond the celestial waters to share knowledge with early humans. These texts speak of catastrophic events descriptions matching what we now understand as extreme climate shifts at the end of the last ice age around 11,600 years ago. They describe rising waters, shifting lands, and the decision to preserve their knowledge underground, protected from the coming changes. As with any discovery that challenges established history, the underground city has sparked intense debate within the scientific community. Traditional archaeologists argue for caution, suggesting the structures might be far younger than initial dating suggests, perhaps constructed during later Egyptian dynasties and simply incorporating unusual techniques. Others point to the impossibility of keeping such a vast complex hidden for so long. How could generations of archaeologists have missed something of this scale? Skeptics suggest the findings might be misinterpreted natural formations, or, at most, smaller man-made structures whose significance has been exaggerated. Yet the evidence continues to mount. Carbon dating of organic materials found within the sealed chambers consistently returns dates between 10,000 and 12,000 BC. Geological analysis confirms that many of the larger chambers and tunnels were indeed constructed, not natural formations. And the technological artifacts continue to defy conventional historical placement. If verified beyond dispute, what would this discovery mean for our understanding of human history? It would suggest that rather than a steady march of progress, human civilization might move in cycles, advancing, collapsing, and rebuilding, perhaps multiple times throughout our planet's history. It would mean that technologies we consider modern innovations might be rediscoveries of ancient knowledge, lost to time and catastrophe. The traditional narrative of primitive ancestors, gradually developing into our technologically advanced present, would need significant revision. Perhaps the most compelling question is not how these technologies existed, but why they were abandoned. The underground complex shows signs of deliberate closure-sealed entrances, carefully stored artifacts, and what appear to be final inscriptions describing a planned departure. Did the builders leave by choice or necessity? Were they escaping some natural disaster, or did their civilization simply collapse under pressures we still haven't identified? The texts mention returning to the stars, a poetic description of death, or something more literal. And why build beneath the future site of the Great Pyramid? Was the pyramid itself a marker, a message to future generations about what lies beneath? Some researchers suggest the underground city might be just one node in a global network of similar sites, pointing to unexplained underground structures in places like Turkey, Peru, and China that share peculiar technological and architectural similarities. What other wonders might still lie buried beneath monuments we've studied for centuries? What other knowledge might we have lost and forgotten, only to painfully rediscover millennia later? And most intriguingly, if this civilization existed as the evidence suggests, where did they go, and why did they leave their technology behind? The hidden city beneath Giza reminds us that despite our technological achievements, we remain students of our own past, with much still to learn about those who came before us. What do you think about this extraordinary discovery? Could advanced civilizations have existed before our recorded history began? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe for more mind-bending historical mysteries and archaeological wonders. This is Hidden Histories, where the past is never quite what it seems.